Hello, welcome in this now. Um, yeah, I did my video in French earlier, a few hours ago. I was by a lake, and I was exploring the theme of the practices that supports our deepest and most sincere desire. And it was fun to explore the things that I'm doing that supports my desire to feel the love, to feel connected, to feel like I belong, and to contribute to harmony, to mutual understanding, to a culture of seeing the beauty in each one of us, human being. Welcome to this video. So it was very fun to explore those practices that I'm having to support my deepest desire, and I think I'm still wanting to explore that. So I mean, I'm not sure. I guess right now I want to I guess I want to do that. I want to make space for what is our deepest and most sincere desire, and what habits or practices we have that support that desire of ours. So I think I'm kind of looking not only for congruency or honoring the congruency in our lives, which I think is nice, but I guess there's something precisely about celebrating what works and connecting to what is really important to us. That's something that I like to support for myself and for others. So in terms of loving, belonging, connection, which is my desire, I think we all want that. That's in different ways. Having said that, I guess I'm connected to the fact that I'm doing this video right now, which is a practice of mine that really supports my sense of belonging, my sense of connection, and my sense of love. I'm really practicing being sincere, respectful, and so in a way that supports connection with myself. And also my intention is to contribute to those who are looking things similar to what I'm looking for myself. And the feedback I'm receiving from you, from some of you, I guess shows that there's things that you do, which is looking at what I do, looking at what I work, and looking at the work I do, and sometimes commenting, sometimes reacting in different ways. Sometimes with angry emoji, sometimes with loving emoji, sometimes with the blue thumb emoji. But for whatever it brings you to do that, for me on my receiving hand, I feel a sense that I'm it gives some meaning to what I'm doing. It brings a sense of that I'm part of something. I'm not speaking on my own only. I'm touching real human beings with my intentions and words, work. So I appreciate that. So what else do I want to say? I think one of the things I do as well is to, in terms of practice, I listen, I make space for my feelings. Yesterday I received a message from a friend, a mom, an entrepreneur on the web, who was very successful in my opinion, in the sense that she really speaks things that really make sense to me. Her name is Emilia, and it seems that also financially she's it works. She I saw her evolving and using some strategy, offering new strategies that I feel inspired by. And this morning I listened to a message of her where she was saying that what I said to her, my messages to her, touched her, and really she really appreciated that as a man I'm really in touch with my feminine energy as well. And that hearing my messages, she kind of wants to hug me or send me love. Yeah, she wants to send me love. There's a question in French from Bruno that I'm going to answer. Bruno, pourquoi j'utilise la langue anglais pour communiquer? La réponse, c'est pour que les gens qui parlent anglais puissent me comprendre. C'est la plus simple réponse, Bruno, que je peux te donner. Et puis au-delà, j'entends que tu es curieux et que tu aimerais comprendre ce que je raconte. J'ai fait une vidéo aujourd'hui en français. Sorry guys, I'm going to be back to you in English. Donc j'ai fait une vidéo en français, Bruno, si tu veux la regarder, elle est disponible en fait. Donc voilà, tu peux aller regarder sur mon profil la vidéo en français, mais là je vais retourner en anglais parce que je fais tous les jours une vidéo en français et une vidéo en anglais. Voilà pour l'explication, j'espère que ma réponse est satisfaisante pour toi, Bruno. So back to you guys. Basically, the question from Bruno was, why am I expressing myself in English? And I said, because I want people who speak English to be able to understand me. But I also heard that through his question, there's a desire to understand me, to understand what I'm saying. And I'm guessing he doesn't speak English, which I don't know for sure. But if that's the case, I invited him to check my video in French that I did a few hours earlier. So, having said that, just going to add one word to Bruno. Bruno, I don't know if you speak English, if you understand English, but Bruno, je sais pas si tu parles anglais, si tu comprends l'anglais. I was amused I was speaking in English. Anyway, confusing. So, oui, Bruno, français. Si tu parles pas l'anglais, le thème aujourd'hui, que j'ai exploré dans la vidéo en français, c'est explorer les pratiques qui soutiennent notre désir le plus profond et le plus sincère. Donc si tu veux aller voir, voilà, c'est le thème. Voilà. So back to English again. So yeah, I was telling Bruno that he can go to the French video, which the theme is exploring the practices we have that supports our deepest and most sincere desire. So right now, I'm wondering if there's something more I want to say about my deepest desire, knowing that my mirror neuron are activated when I speak about it, and it might activate yours about the topic. So even if you don't say anything, I think I trust that just by doing the work myself, I'm contributing to you doing it too. So, my deepest desire and what I do that works about it. What is my deepest desire and more sincere desire right now? What comes up is, I want to continue doing the work I'm doing and to really see it flourishing. To see flourishing, the abundance of conversations, abundance of connections, abundance of time that really are enriching and supporting what we really want, you and I, and us as a human, society. I'm also interested in that. I think, I've been dreaming since I was a child that I can really make a difference in the world. So I really want to continue doing what practicing, saying what I see possible, what my heart knows is possible. And I want to, encourage all of us to really tap into our own power to dream and to follow through with what we're dreaming about. So I feel quite excited. You can feel when I speak about it. So I really touched my deepest desire, and that's awesome. So what is yours? Before I go on, I'm gonna read Bruno's message. Bruno, tu dis que t'es nul en anglais, t'as aimé mon sourire et la suite de mon interrogation. Cool. Je suis ravi d'avoir contribué, Bruno. So yeah, Bruno says is bad at English and liked my smile and my answer to his question. Cool. Glad I contributed. So the thing I wanted to say next, when we're in touch with our deepest desire. The thing is, what do we do? What habits do we have? What practices do we have? Are they in harmony with what we want? Or are they hindering or blocking our deepest desire? So I find that question extremely important, and I love to be exploring it. So I really love that I've been doing these videos every day for 6 months, and I have a commitment to do it for another 6 months in French, and I think in English I did it for 3 months-ish, and so I'm going to do it for another 9 months. That's one practice that helps me to hone my ability to connect with myself, to speak what I'm feeling and what I want and what I want to say. It's a practice that helps me getting to meet new people, getting to be known by new people, or getting to be better known by people I already know, in a sense of enriching the relationship. And I love that. In terms of my deepest desire, to make a contribution to humankind and feel love, feel like I belong. One thing I also dream about is, there's two things. There's the kind of I had a kind of fantasy when I was a child to do a speech at the UN, and imagine that after the speech the humanity will be different. And one thing that inspired me is the speech from Martin Luther King. I have a dream. That speech really even. I have a rush of emotions, letting it go, giving it space. Yeah, so that speech from Martin Luther King had a huge impact on me, and right now still I feel emotional about it. Emotional is kind of vague, so let me try to be more specific about how I feel thinking about it. I feel moved. I feel moved to tears, and for me tears are always a sign that there is a release of something. So I'm guessing there is some tension that I wasn't aware of. That when I thought of this speech, I felt not only aware of those tension, but something helped releasing the tension. And I think, well, I go into my mind now. I'm not sure I want to go that road, but I was just talking about my dream when I was a kid, to make a speech at the UN, and that this speech will change the world. And so thinking of the King's speech, I have a dream, kind of supports me to think that it may be possible to say something, to make a speech that will have a deep and profound and meaningful impact on people, whilst being in harmony with what we really want to see happen. I'm thinking of this phrase from the King. I have a dream of a world where People will not be judged by the color of their skin, by the strengths of the character. I think I have a dream that people will not be judged by what they did, but by their intentions, their noble and human intentions that sometimes is crooked and is crooked and poisoned and polluted by a lot of things. So I have a dream that we could develop, practices of restorative justice where we would really engage in dialogue that really includes everyone and the humanity of everyone without exception. So this practice of this video helps me honing, speaking about those kind of things. And by practicing, we get an experience. And when we get an experience, we learn. That's from the experience that we learn. And we can then adjust, get it clear about what we want, what we don't want, what works, what doesn't work, what we want to do differently the next time. And so when we do differently the next time, we learn something else. That's through experience that we learn and grow. So the question of what practices and what habits do you have that supports what you really want, I think I'm really proud of exploring that question and offering it to you. So what else do I want to say? The oven just stopped. My veg are cooked. So eating good food. Eating good food that are in harmony with the values. I went to the supermarket earlier, and I really wanted to please myself with some stuff, and I passed by chocolates, and and it was tempting, but I really listened, and deep down in me it was like, no, I don't really, that's not overjoyed, going into chocolate thing. No, that's not what I want. I want to cheese. I thought, oh yeah, maybe cheese. I think I want cheese. And then I thought, oh, tomorrow there's the market just near where I live, with product people who are producing all the things that I can talk with, talk about their product. And I said, I think I would prefer that. So will I buy some cheese tonight? For tonight, maybe buy more cheese tomorrow. And I listened and I checked, how I felt. And at one point, what came up is that I would prefer to feel the possible frustration of not having cheese tonight than buying something I'm not really happy with. There's something around the fact that I don't know who are those companies, what's the philosophy of those companies that were selling the cheese that was available in the supermarket. And I felt very good, actually. Really kind of, that I have a desire to be more and more in harmony with my values and to have more and more of my actions to be congruent to what I want. And so I want to support systems and companies and enterprises and organizations and families and neighborhoods and relationships and systems for learning and health systems that support not only the beauty of the life, but the diversity of life and the autonomy of each one of us, and the fact that we are interdependent. And I'm trying to think if I can be more clear about what I mean here with those words that I'm just using as kind of robotic way. I said respect for diversity, autonomy, and interdependency. Those words I really like, and I think I'm not completely aware of the interdependency thing, but I think it's a fact, like what you do, what I do, impact the environment we live in. So what you do and what I do impact each other. The fact that we are autonomous, meaning we are free beings, free spirits, and we can create something even if it wasn't created before we invented it, and we have that autonomy, that capacity to create something. And the diversity, I think we are different, we are unique, each one of us is unique, and so it's critical for me to respect those things. So yeah, I have a dream to be more and more in harmony with what I really feel like I'm vibrating, in harmony with. And I'm not saying I want to fight, things that people see differently from what I'm seeing things. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying respect for the fact that we are seeing different things or things differently. I want respect for that diversity, respect for each one of us. So what I did tonight to respect that fact that I didn't know those companies that were selling the cheese in the supermarket, was to choose not to take any, and choose to explore the possibility that I might be frustrated not having cheese. And actually, right now I don't feel, because actually after the cheese, what I thought of is eggs. Organic eggs. I was trusting enough that I could buy organic eggs, and I did. So I also bought a little can of sardines, and it felt very good actually to pick up those two things. I had lots of veg, and there's the market tomorrow where I could buy more veg and cheese tomorrow. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm telling you about my life as a way to kind of explore a bit more how what I do, how what we do is aligned to what we really want. So I think I'm almost ready to finish up this video. I think, yeah, I like that I don't have all the clarity, all the insights about what is my vision's business, or just my communicating project. What is it, the specific goals that I want to attain right now? It's one day at a time, one video at a time, one sentence at a time, one idea at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 second at a time. Yeah, and as I said, taking the time, of making some silence, like I just did, to check how I feel, what I want, is part of the practices and the habits that I have, that I cultivate, or that I practice, I could say, to support my deepest desire. Thank you for your attention, and lots of love.